Every career expert right now is telling you the same thing. Learn AI, update your skills, and stay relevant. And look, maybe that's true, but I want to talk to you about something that comes before all of that. Something that nobody else is touching, because I've watched people do everything right. Learn the tools, redo the resume, take every course, and still spiral, still shrink, and still somehow end up exactly where they were afraid of landing. And I've watched other people with fewer skills and less prep walk through the same storm and come out somewhere better than where they started. The difference wasn't their resume, it was their signal. Now stay with me, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. I started doing blue collar work in Alaska as a pipe fitter. Hard work, cold weather, real pressure. Then I competed on stage and won Mr. Alaska twice as a bodybuilder. Then I became a national trainer for one of the largest corporations of its type in the country. Three completely different worlds. One pattern that showed up in every single one of them. What you're putting out determines what you're pulling in. Not what you're thinking, not what you're planning. What you're feeling deep down underneath all of the strategy and the self-talk. That's the thing that we need to talk about today. Before we go any further, I want to define one word I'm going to use a lot in this video. Signal. When I say signal, what I mean is simple. What you're putting out. Your emotional state is broadcasting information whether you know it or not. Like a radio tower sending a frequency into the air, that's your signal. Some people call it a vibe, some people call it a frequency. I am going to call it signal. And now you know exactly what I mean. Here's something that most people don't realize. Your body is not just receiving the world around you, it's broadcasting. Every feeling you have, fear, confidence, hope, dread, sends a chemical through your whole body, and that signal changes everything. It changes what you notice, what you decide, who you're drawn to, and who's drawn to you. Think of it like a radio tower. When you're locked in fear, your tower is sending out one frequency, and it's a narrow one. It blocks out options, it filters out possibilities. It literally makes your world smaller. You felt this for yourself. Fear makes your world smaller. The options that were right in front of you disappear, not because they're gone, but because fear is blocking the signal. Here's the cruel part. The person who most needs to see these new options is running on the frequency that hides them from them. And it doesn't stop there. That signal that you're putting out, other people feel it before you say a word. I've watched this happen on bodybuilding stages. Two guys come out, similar physiques, similar prep. One walks out unsure with anxiety, and the other one walks out like he's already won the show. The judges felt it before the music stopped. The crowd felt it before either man flexed. Your career is the same stage. What are you walking out with? And here's the thing I want you to really hear, because this one changed how I see everything. Chaos creates more openings than calm does. Think about a parking lot after a big snowstorm. Before the snow, every space is marked. Every line is clear. Everyone knows exactly where to go and what to do. The path is set. After the storm, the lines are gone. Nobody knows where to park. It looks like a mess. But here's what's also true. The first person to pull in gets to decide. They get to set a new pattern. The chaos opened up a choice that didn't exist before. And that's what AI disruption is doing right now. It's covering the old lines. And the people who understand that, they're not panicking. They're pulling in and claiming their spot. And here's another way to see it. Imagine that you walked into a seminar, 1,000 people in the room, and those people have been sitting in the same exact seat for 9 straight days. How easy is it going to be to find the seat that you want? Not easy. Every seat is taken. Every spot is claimed. The pattern is set. Now imagine it's day one. Nobody has a seat yet. The doors just opened and you're walking in fresh. Front row, yours. Edge seat, yours. Wherever you want to be, you can go because nothing is locked in yet. That's the world that we're in right now. The old world, everybody has a seat. Roles are assigned. The rules were clear. Either you fit the pattern or you didn't. New world, nobody has a seat yet. People are rushing in. The doors are open. And what's going to determine where you land? Your signal. The disruption is not your problem. It's your material. I want to offer you an idea. Now keep your mind open and just entertain it for a moment. What if reality is a mirror of your signal? What if whenever you change what you're putting out, reality outside of you starts to change too? What if reality has also been reinforcing your belief system, keeping you locked in the same groove like the parking lot where everybody has to park in that same spot? Here's what I found in writing Turning Snowflakes into Diamonds. Your signal and your reality are in conversation with each other. Your signal shapes what shows up around you, and what shows up around you can reinforce your signal for better or worse. And it goes back and forth, it feeds itself, which means if you don't interrupt the loop, the same signal keeps producing the same mirror. But the moment you shift the signal, the mirror shifts too. You don't have to believe all of that to use it. Just try it as an experiment. Next time something in your career feels stuck, ask yourself, what signal have I been sending here? What have I been putting out? Because here's what I know for sure. When the signal shifts, what you notice shifts, and what you do shifts, and the outcomes follow. We are transmitters, like the radio tower I mentioned. Our feelings, not our thoughts, our feelings. That's what's doing the broadcasting. That changes the chemistry in our body, and that chemistry is constantly shaping what shows up around us. Think of it like a magnet. Change the charge and change what sticks to you. Change the signal, change the results. And here's the part that took me years to really believe. The change is instant. Not the results. Those take time to catch up. But the moment the signal changes, something shifts. Doors that were invisible start showing up. And people who couldn't find you suddenly do. That's not magic. That's how it works. So what does this all point to? Not a strategy, not a skill set, an identity. I call it the boss identity. And I don't mean boss like a job title. I mean your consciousness. I mean the person who walks into chaos and they know that they are the one deciding what happens next. With consciousness comes capabilities. That's the principle when you're running on a clear, strong signal, when you're not locked in fear, when you know who you are underneath, and all the noise, your capabilities go up, way up. You see things others miss. You attract people and opportunities that match your signal. You become the kind of worker that no machine can copy. Here's why. AI is very good at repeating what already exists. It's trained on the past. It copies the pattern. But a person running from the boss identity, creating consciously, working the chaos, sending a clear signal, that person is doing something new, something AI has never seen, something it can't predict. You're not competing with AI. You're operating at a level where AI is not the issue. Step one, find out what you're currently sending, not what you're thinking, what you're feeling underneath everything. Is it fear? Is it dread? That quiet voice saying that I'm not going to make it. Just name it. You can't change a signal that you haven't looked at. Step two, let the feeling move through you. Don't try and slap a smile on top of fear. That doesn't change the signal, it just covers it up. Your body needs to release the stress before it can shift. Go for a walk, take 10 deep breaths, shake it out, let it move. What you let move through you releases, and what you push down gets louder. Step three, step into the feeling of who you already are. Not fake confidence, not pretending. The real memory of the times that you've been through the pressure and have came through. The bodybuilder who's been on that stage. The salesperson who closed the hard room. The worker who's figured things out before. That person is still you. Feel that. Hold it for 2 minutes before the interview, before the hard conversation, before you open the news. 2 minutes changes your chemistry. That changes your signal. That changes the room. Step four, work the openings in the chaos. Every time something shifts in your industry, every change, every unknown, every moment where the old rules don't apply, ask yourself, where is the opening? Where is the door that wasn't there before? That's your spot. That's where you pull in and you plant your flag. Step five, raise your baseline signal. Think of it as your floor. Your floor is your baseline signal, the feeling you come back to when nothing's pushing you up or pushing you down. That's what you're putting out all day, every day, whether you know it or not. They say when you rise the tide, every boat lifts. Same thing when you raise your baseline signal and everything around you starts to reorganize. New people, new ideas, new chances. Not because the world changes, because your signal did. The AI wave is real. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. But what it's also done for the person who gets this is blow the old lines off the parking lot. And right now, in this moment of chaos, there are more openings than there have ever been for someone sending a clear, strong, conscious signal. The diamond doesn't form in the calm. It forms under pressure, in chaos, at the friction point. And you, the conscious creator who knows what they're sending, you are not at risk. You are the job security. The Avalanche Survival Guide is pinned in the comments below. That's your next step. The framework for shifting your signal when the pressure is at its highest. Grab it. And if someone you know is stuck in a spiral right now, share this. The right signal at the right moment is its own kind of opening. I'll see you at the next one.